Right. Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious. This is episode 73, recorded on Monday, May 15th, 2017 at approximately 6:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. Look, happy payday to some people. I am one of your hosts this evening. I am Larry, a.k.a. Bluemanrule. And making sure you get your money's worth today is joining me is my co-host, as usual, the cookie chef himself, my main Damie. None other than Mike, a.k.a. Scarfinger, a.k.a. Real Talk. What's up, dog?
Man, we ain't talking about making sure you got your money's worth. I'm gonna need to get all the money come soon. I'm about my insurance about to kick in a little bit at work, and man, that's gonna be expensive.
So is it just you or you carrying Pooh Bear?
No. Pooh Bear's covered.
Pooh Bear's covered. Okay, that's what's up. Because
so it's just me, but it's expensive for me.
Yeah, it gets expensive, man. So it really does.
I already don't get paid a whole lot of money. Like, I got a full-time job. It doesn't pay much. It doesn't pay a whole lot. I get paid a little bit more than minimum wage.
Okay.
So, but it's a full-time job, and I got this apartment. I'm paying Section 8 prices, so that works out. But this, I'm gonna tell you straight up, my insurance just for me, just for health insurance, for nothing else.
Okay,
it's like $70 a check.
Okay, that hit you about right. I mean, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Given the salary and stuff. That ain't fun, brother. But you know what? Better to need it and not, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You know what I mean?
It says we're live, but the link on the
it's always different. Like this one should always pull me into my live one because it's anytime I go live, it should work. But I'm gonna go ahead and tweet you out this link just to be sure. So you got it. All right. But yeah, man. So in case the other doesn't work.
Yeah, because the other one pulled up and it said we had one viewer, but someone may have been watching based off of the tweet.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, speaking of which, I need to get back over here and pull up the chat because that's something I've been slow on doing here recently. And guys, I apologize about that, but we're gonna make it happen. So, but Mike, look here, dog.
What happened?
We gonna have to go over a couple of things. Now, I introduced a new segment right now. I try to wanted to structure this thing, so I want to talk about the news articles and interesting stuff up top, and then we can get into what our week in review. Then we can get in your ear what we've been listening to since you've been music reviewing. Your boy, what's that dude name? Kendrick. You've been reviewing him lately. Like you've been all about that Kendrick.
I listen to a couple things, but that's the thing that I'm up on is that and something else that I'm up on lately.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we'll get into that. Look, man, I got 3 quick articles. We can get to them real quick. And if you want to just make this, this gonna be conversational as per usual, dog. But I just kind of wanted to put it up top because I think this is interesting. Okay, so what is the big assumption about marijuana, right? What outside of it making you hungry, what's the other assumption that it carries?
That it's a gateway drug.
Okay, it is a gateway drug. Okay, and what I'm talking about is side effects, though. Side effects.
It makes you hungry.
And besides that, it what?
I know what you're trying to make me get at, but I'm trying to think of everything else I can.
Okay. So for people who want to play the game, people understand that marijuana is normally associated with short-term memory loss, right? Just makes you forget everything. However, there has been research that in men's health, and I just pulled this up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you all and let you all know that that's actually not the case. Well, it depends. So it says here that marijuana may actually help restore your memory. Okay, so according to a study done at the University of Bonn, they administered THC, or the active ingredient in marijuana, to some mice. And what it turned out is that these mice, from varying ages, 2 months, 12 months, and 18 months, right? So try to represent young, mature, and aging brains. So the mature and aging brain mice, the 12-month and 18-month-year-old mice, actually improve their ability to remember tasks and their ability to learn new tasks, right? So they improved, but now all of them. So they had two groups. They had a group with those 3 ages that didn't take anything, and a group that did. All of them, despite the age that took them, all of them did improve. But the older ones improved more. The younger ones actually had a problem. So the younger ones had an issue. So it said under the let me read it here real quick. The younger mice perform better than the mature and aging mice to remember how to navigate. But under the THC, however, the 2 older groups improved at the task, and the younger mice did worse. So as we get older, Mike, we might want to start firing it up because it might help us with memory and remember more things, right? So that's the point. And I did not know this, but did you know that Oxford, a professor they quoted in this article, Oxford has a $13 million project devoted to studying cannabis.
That is awesome. You know what kind of Maui,
right?
That's yeah.
What up, Slash?
That's that scene in Half Baked where he walks in that room and it starts convulsing.
Right.
That's that. Maui. But yeah, that's the. I mean, you can get a lot of weed for 13 mil.
For 13 mil, dog, you could pretty much buy up most of Colorado. Like,
no, I don't think so because they bringing in a lot of money, bro.
Oh yeah, man. There's actually one of my coworkers has a friend who moved from Oklahoma to Colorado and started up a weed growing business, and it is doing well.
Yeah, my cousin is in the military, and he's about to go to Colorado in the military. I mean, of course, okay. I don't think he's allowed to partake.
Right.
But that's not saying his wife can't.
He fucking said.
And then of course the homie Adjective J lives in Washington State, so
okay,
he partakes.
That's what's up, man. So yeah, that's good. That's good. But listen, man, like I said, so don't let the hype fool you, man. Like marijuana studies based on studies.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with weed. We are still relying on basically old men to tell us if this thing is good or not. And the old men are still stuck in their ways from the propaganda stuff and reefer madness and all of that other stuff from like the 50s and such. And they yeah. Do you got your earbuds in?
I do.
Well, we keep hearing notifications.
All right.
But yeah, I went to in the settings.
My other speakers keep coming out. All right, I just turned them off.
Okay.
My bad.
No, because AZ said something in the chat. I was just going to ignore it, but AZ said something in the chat.
Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't know it was coming through like that, and I just put that together.
I think we're what we keep running into when it comes to weed, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, is these antiquated. No, the blow is that something else? That's
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. That drove. My bad.
Drove.
Yeah, that drove. My bad. Bad.
It's like a lot of things where people just keep going back to antiquated notions of what this thing is supposed to be, and to be honest, it's the old man thing, especially the old pharmaceutical industry, who is keeping this thing pushed down because, of course, it's been proven time and time again that marijuana helps with a lot of health issues, and those you're still sharing the screen, right?
I do.
Okay. That's something else AZ said. AZ is on it today, but
it's that broadcast of Major Man. He's all about that presentation. I appreciate that.
It's the pharmaceutical companies that want to keep this down because it's been proven that marijuana can help with some ailments, and especially in terms of cancer, where it's already been said by Chris Rock. Like, they don't get you. The cancer isn't the problem. It's the treatment for the cancer that's the problem, and then they're never going to cure it. They're never going to cure it, and there probably is a cure somewhere, but they're never going to release the cure. No, well, no. Okay. I don't think there's a cure because of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the only reason why I don't think there's a cancer cure.
You say if there was a cure, he would have had it?
Yeah, if there's a cure, I mean, undoubtedly he could afford it.
Right.
But they get you on the comeback, like coming back for the chemo, coming back for having to take the cocktail and all of this stuff to keep yourself alive. They get you because you have to buy all of that stuff and it's expensive. And what's not really that expensive comparatively? Weed.
You go down the block. I got 5 on it. I don't know if it's still applicable. It's more like now I got 10 on it.
Yeah, I think. And then there's that one doctor who died, and people say that he got killed because he actually cured cancer using natural stuff. What's his name? Dr. Sebi, something like that. That's the conspiracy theory Hotep mindset that they killed him because he was curing all of this stuff, and so they just decided to go ahead and take him off the board because
Dr.
Sebi. I don't know if it's Sebi, SEBI, Dr. SEBI. But if you look him up, like he has said that he has cured, cancer, he's cured AIDS, he's cured diabetes, and there seems to be some sort of a thing where this guy using natural remedies. Ingredients, natural remedies, natural resources, he can actually fight against some of these things that the pharmaceutical companies don't want that to get out there.
Right. And I don't know, man, like it takes for me, like I know people who have been like railroaded by like the automotive industry in particular cases, because one guy invented an oil filter that you never have to change over its lifetime. You just put it in and it's a self-cleaning mechanism, and somebody bought it from them, and then they crushed the patent. Like it's gone. There was a guy who came up with an engine, and this video was on Facebook, and he showed basically what he did to create this, how he implemented it in his car, and basically he figured out a way to run his car off water. Yep, I saw that video.
Yeah,
I sure did.
That guy just completely disappeared. No one's ever heard from him again.
Yep. Yeah, and there's another video of Future Cars, and I used to watch that all the time. There's this car channel that I used to have back on cable, and there was a show called Future Cars, and these people in France, I believe, this team, they had a car that used 3 different types of like fueling sources, right? So one, they used solar power on the roof panels. They also used a form of regenerative braking, but then they also used wind. They also used wind power as well. So as the car picked up speed, they actually charged the battery with the wind. So the pass-throughs that you use to make it come through. So you have 3 different fuel and energy, kind of like renewable energy sources on this actual vehicle that all worked, and it didn't use real fuel. I think it had like a 5-gallon tank to like get you started, but you didn't really need it. But that was about it, and I think it just run like almost forever. It was pretty darn phenomenal, man. Pretty darn phenomenal. So yeah.
So it's a concerted effort, like I said, with weed, with a lot of this stuff, and then you think about it from the perspective of the NFL and the recent Goodell comments that just sounded so old. Like it sounded so old, and like the fact that you won't let your players smoke weed or do any sort of medicinal cannabis related activities for their brains, which you keep denying the existence that is harming their brains.
Yeah.
But you serve them opioids all day, every day.
All day, man.
All day, every day, and it's and I think that's a combination of those. You hear former players talking about their painkiller addictions and all of the stuff, and how many, how many of these painkillers they're taking a day just to be able to play football.
Man, just to not be in pain most of the time.
Yeah, and marijuana can help with that, and doesn't have a lot of the same addictive qualities. It's not a narcotic. But Goodell comes out and he says some. Goodell comes out. He says some old man shit, and by saying that old man shit, he gets to keep pushing this false narrative forward. But here's my problem with weed. This has always been my problem with weed.
All right.
Even in places where it's not legal, I don't know nobody who can't find weed if they're looking for it.
That's true.
I don't know nobody. I know if it really comes down to that, I got a couple people I can call right now if I really wanted to get down like that. That ain't never been my thing. Right. Ain't never really been my thing. I've done it before, peer pressure. But it's never really been my thing. But so I always said, look, this country seems to be in dire straits financially in cases, deficit and all that other stuff. I mean, legalize it all, tax the shit out of it, hire enforcement people. That's jobs, that's money, that's
that's also additional debt though, and that's what I was saying when me and AA had the argument: should we legalize it?
How is it additional debt?
Because you got to pay for it somehow. You got to pay for it.
No, we got to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. We as citizens have to pay for it, but because the government just doesn't mill out, they just don't generate money like that. So what has to happen is that you have to generate an additional revenue source in order to offset the additional expenditure you have of building an administration, another layer of bureaucracy, somebody writing the rules, somebody going out and enforcing the rules, somebody doing all of that.
That's jobs.
That's jobs.
I mean, with the amount of people that 45 and cut, we can do that.
Here's the thing. I would agree with some of that if you can for private industry, if you don't want to pay taxes, right? If you don't want your taxes to go up in order to support that effort, then it would have to come through private industry.
Man, them taxes gonna go up regardless, even though 45 and got rid of all kinds of. I decided like a lot of people. I ain't never gonna call him by his name anymore. I will never ever call him. I will never call him his name with his title. So he's just gonna be 45 from now until
from now on. Okay, that's good. And that means we won't get flagged too. So
but I mean, with everything that 45 done, especially gutting agencies, gutting money from the agencies that still stand. Hey, I don't see where. I think it'll take some money to get it started, but I think once it's up and once we got everything regulated and we can tax the shit out of it, like let's do that. Like, I mean, because right now let's think about it this perspective, and I think about it from a very regular ass dude perspective. Okay.
John Doe, Joe Blow.
Think about if with nobody not being able to you can find it when you need it. And when you purchase it, the government ain't getting nothing. So right now, you go from getting nothing to actually getting something, and you're actually doing something about it. I mean, you adding something to your economy, bro. Like you taking something off the black market and you adding it to your economy. And like I say, it takes some money to get it started, but I mean, we got tens of millions of dollars for bombs that we just dropped willy-nilly on a place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
we just decided one day we just go drop some bombs real quick. We go like we end up beef with Afghanistan in how long?
I don't know.
We went over there, crushed some buildings, kind of started running the place, and then it started getting hot for 45 in the Russians, and all of a sudden we got millions of dollars to drop some bombs. I mean, of course, those bombs was already made,
right?
I mean,
right. That's
and so they were already paid for.
Yeah.
So they were already paid for.
Right.
But obviously that money came from somewhere. And we just dropped. And look, they said, what did we? They said that out of the people that they were targeting, what we actually killed 3 other people they intended to kill. 3. We spent what $500 million in bombs to drop in Afghanistan, and we killed 3.
Well,
we killed 3.
I mean, those folks got to go out.
I mean, we killed 3 of the people we meant to kill. Some other people died that won't meant to die.
Right. But again, like I said, man, like I am for, here's the thing, as you talked about, because the access is not necessarily restricted in any case, we will have to try to find some way to realize a portion of that revenue stream, right? It's like getting into GameStop on the used games, right? Like on the used games, the developers don't get none of that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to find some way to capture a stream of revenue, but again, like I said, we just gotta be careful.
You try to convince people to go digital. You got to go through us. We'll give you some sales. We'll give you some sales, but that money comes to us if you go digital, and you can't trade that stuff back in. Well, mostly. Right. You can't trade the stuff back in. So, and even if you can digitally, the where does that money go? It ain't going to GameStop. So
you're right. It's not. It's really not.
That's the whole point of this. Like, so I'm cool with that. I'm here for weed. Like, I'm here for weed because we never heard about it. If you ever hear somebody doing something like really reckless on weed, it's always weed and something else. It's never just straight weed. Like that dude was high and he robbed a bank. No, that ain't how this works. Like maybe robbed a Dunkin' Donuts, but now it ain't. He never thought to rob no bank.
Right. Well, listen. So we got a lot of activity going on in the chat. Let's run through it here real quick. So AZ says, Slasher says, that Goodell he used that excuse about marijuana only because it's not legal everywhere and he can hide behind the law, which I agree with. Goodell he's a smart guy, even though he's not very good.
Actually, you want to know what he did? You want to know what he did? He talked about that so that he can use that as a bargaining tactic later.
Oh yeah, right.
Become legal.
Like I said, he's not stupid. He's just not very good at what he does, but he's not stupid. He's not stupid.
No, he don't.
No. And then and AZ said it's advertised everywhere in Arizona, and they only have it legalized for medical purposes.
For medical purposes.
But then he goes on to say those.
Like how it was in California, where you had to have one of those cards.
Right.
And you just gotta know your mans in them to go get the card.
You did a lot of quotations. The audio people ain't seeing all the quotations.
Yeah. So you go see your mans in them. What's wrong with you, man? I got headaches. All right. Let me go ahead and write you prescription. Let me get you this card, and you can go take care of your headaches naturally from the earth.
From the earth. Now, AZ said he said it's not restricted at all, though, even though it's only for medical purposes. He said from what you hear, you can get a prescription easily, whether or not you actually should have one. And
exactly.
He's not for legalizing it, but he just thinks the whole thing is stupid. And Jay said there's no reason there can't be a used digital market for games. It's all license based anyway.
But see, here's the question. Here's the question. In places where weed is illegal, did they ever overturn some convictions of those people who just got caught with a little bit of weed with those mandatory?
No, because it's not retroactive. It's current effective date. So
dirty business.
Dirty.
So you got okay. So I'm about to say this, and I'm about to offend some people. So you attach these mandatory minimums to get the niggas out of there, and then you legalized it, and all of the non-niggas who are opening up these stores can operate just fine. Gotcha.
Look at the face. Look at the face. Oh man, that face is something else, dog. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
But look, so here's the thing. And we'll move on from that because
all right, peace, AZ.
AZ's out. All right, man.
Yeah, he said you gotta.
Yeah, he got it. All right, man. But listen. Again, a lot of people have been on the side of wanting to legalize it. You legalize it, but again, that doesn't necessarily change them. Then you got to go back and write other legislation to actually change what's on the books. Once you change the laws and the fines and the penalties and the sentences that are on the books, then you can go back in and get those people out, right? So that's the case.
Okay, so Detroit said that some people have been reduced due to overpopulation.
And that's good.
And why do you have overpopulation in the first place? Because you enacted mandatory minimums over some dumb stuff.
And you already know your boy is
Bill Clinton.
Well, you know your boy is already trying to bring that back, right? Because that came out last week that they're trying to bring back the hard mandatory minimums.
And he's doing a total about face on the private prisons that I thought we were supposed to be trying to back out of that.
Trying to get away from that, exactly.
He's doing a complete about face on that.
But
45.
But listen, because there's one thing I want to talk about, because you mentioned a little bit about digital sales and you talked a little bit about gaming, so that's where we're going right now. So I want people to know that's where we're going. So as of right now, I'm getting my time. All right, I'm getting my time down. So guys, I was watching. So this information came up on Neogaf, and I'll be sharing it with you guys because they actually have charts and everything. So I'm going to share.
I refuse.
He refuses because it's Neogaf, which I understand.
I refuse to go to Neogaf myself.
Right. Now, I understand that. But listen, so I'm still going to leave you up, and it's going to bounce back between you and the actual information that we have here. So
okay. I'm cool with that.
That's what's up.
I mean, I can see it. I'm saying I refuse to click on the link to go to Neogaf myself.
Well, again, this actually, like, it surfaced here on Neogaf, but I've seen it other places. So it's not just Neogaf with this information.
So I told you to post a link to the other places, and you ain't do that.
That's okay. I'll post some up because I've seen it on a couple other places. But so what Microsoft has done since they realized, look, we ain't winning this console generation. Let's stop giving out and publishing our console sales figures. Let's talk about MAU, or monthly average users. So they've been talking about their monthly average users and like their demographics of people. And a lot of that stuff, and they talked about their life cycle, the gamer journey. This stuff is all interesting to me because more so than anything else, what this information does, it gets me into the mind of what's going on in the executives room. And just listen to this. Okay. So I want to read a little bit here, and I'm gonna go ahead and present it to everyone. So it says here that Hood explained, and Hood is one of the executives, that Xbox is a multi-billion-dollar business that is profitable and is growing in profitability, that Microsoft is, quote, already able to compete very effectively in, end quote. This is a building ground for further business model subscriptions like Game Pass and broadcasting with Beam. Now, Beam right now is currently free. So hopefully, I hope they don't get into a subscription thing with that, right?
Or they could do the smart thing and add the free Beam to your Xbox Live subscription. Add more value to your Xbox Live.
And that's the way I think I see it going, because that is more of a multiplayer based deal, right? So that's the way I see it going. But also, the one thing I wanted to zoom in on here is this right here, the growing network. So they have 52 million MAU. It says here 52 million MAU, monthly average users, 500 million monthly average on Windows 10. But look at their circle. Look at everything they're including in their circle, right? You have Windows 10, Surface, Skype, and then you also have Xbox Live, right? And now with more gaming stuff, you have first and third party games, Xbox Play Anywhere, Xbox Game Pass, a unified store across Windows and Xbox, Beam down at the bottom, Minecraft, and mixed reality. Now, I find it interesting that Minecraft is its own revenue point, right?
Man, listen. You know anybody with young kids? Right. Minecraft is what they about, dog.
Right.
Minecraft is what they are all about, some Minecraft. So I understand that being its own revenue point.
Right. And look,
they spend all that money for no reason.
Dog, you dang right. You dang right. They ain't spent, what was it, 250 or something like that, man? Like, they spent a lot to get Minecraft. But it's just interesting, man, to see how they're digging in. And this isn't about an Xbox fanboy thing, because Slasher mentioned, I think on like 350, he was like, it was good to hear us, people who actually like Microsoft. Yeah, I like Microsoft. I like Sony. I like PC. I like them all. I hate when people are down on one.
It was 2.5 billion.
2.5 billion. Oh, for Minecraft? For Mojang?
That's what Microsoft paid for Minecraft.
For Mojang. Goodness, that is a lot. But so, and it says here, gamers are highly engaged and passionate fans. And so, Mike, when you talk about like the average person, and we talk about the average person, see, the thing is, this is why I don't listen to, unfortunately, this is why I don't listen to sites like Neogaf, and I don't listen to stuff like that, because this is what makes them different. Let me present this to everyone, Mike. So, gamers are highly engaged and passionate fans, right? That means highly engaged means you do a lot of research. You are fully in this thing more than most people. Gaming is one of the fastest growing categories of consumer media spend. So more people are coming into it, coming from not very interested or, low engagement, working their way up the ladder to high engagement. So, and now gaming is undergoing transformation, and Microsoft is uniquely positioned, which I agree, because Microsoft has the ability to actually get their experiences in more places than most folks. So, again, and then this is the last one that I want to talk about, because I think it's just interesting. This slide here called the gamer journey. So this is how they capture and retain consumers. So you get people in through the devices, right? You get them in through the Xbox, the S's, or the Project Scorpios, or the Surfaces, right? You get them in. Then you got to give them content like Halo or Minecraft to kind of get their interest. Then once you understand, hey, there are other people. They ain't got no
games though. You see, they only listed 2.
They only listed 2, right? They only listed 2. But I mean, you only got so much room, right? But then Mike, then look at this third little circle here, right? Then look at this little light one, right? Then you look at, oh my bad, you look at that, the social network. Now that you're interested in this content, now there are other people out there who like this content like you do. And now you can stream it to Beam so they can enjoy watching it, and you can enjoy, exposing it. That will create a loop of loyalty, and then bring it on down to commerce, and then you can make money. So once you have people in, then they're gonna start buying the FIFAs and the Call of Duties. You notice, right? Those are the yearly titles, right?
Right.
And then Xbox Game Pass, which is a subscription model, right? To keep you coming back every single month so they can catch that ducat. You know what I mean? So right. For me, dog, it's just interesting to see exactly how this works. But people don't understand. Sony has an exact same wheel, right? They have to have this exact same strategy. Why do you think they've been building up so much? Why do you think they bought Gaikai in the first place? To give you that social experience, right? That social network.
And then they price themselves out of the market.
Well, they're still working on that, right? Because they found it adjustable, right? Because they spent $350 million for that. They still gonna try to make that work, I do believe, strongly. But so I just
working.
Well, it clearly is, dog. They leading the market. So you can say
that's because online went away.
Online did go away, right. Online went away, but
they're the only market for that now. Outside of that, I guess Amazon has some sort of service like that through their bigger devices, not the Fire Stick, but the Fire console, little console thing.
Right.
But I mean, at this point, they're talking about, they're the only game in town when it comes to really how this whole thing works. It's kind of like Nintendo's hold over handhelds. They're not the only game in town, but I mean, who
gonna bring it? Who gonna bring it? Right?
Who else matters? Like
you're right. Hey, I can't argue with you. Outside of mobile, there really is no one else that can bring Nintendo back down to earth, dog. Like there really is not anyone else. So this is one thing I want to get at that Slasher actually mentioned, and you're right, Slasher. There is a huge demographic of females on. So this is the breakdown, right? So again, this is the breakdown of your.
I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he was referring to his previous post, and
so no, I think he saw this. But so the gender breakdown, as you can see, is 58% male, 42% female, and the age distribution. This is your bell curve right here. So the middle 1, 2, 3, 4 are really the majority, right? So as you can see at the top right, though, that the average age is 33 years old. 33 years old. That's why I still hate it when people say, well, these kids,
they these kids. Think about gaming being for children. And I was like, yo, the average gamer is closer to my age than age.
Exactly. And you look at it and you look at the
it went back down a little bit though. It went back down a little bit.
Yeah, because it was 36. It was my particular age, 37. And then you're right, it did filter down just because you got so many more kids coming up, right? They skew the numbers down, right? But
kids.
I know it. Fist. But it's very interesting.
Fist because you screen sharing.
You're right. I did it at the screen too. You knew I did it. Bless your heart.
I heard it. And I heard your fist hit the table and everything.
That's what's up, man. But look at the numbers here. So this is what I find interesting. 45% of people, okay, look at the distribution of living arrangements, right? 45% of people live with a spouse, right? 10% of people live alone, which means that they're adults because kids don't really live at home. 11% live with an unmarried partner. So if you just take those three percentages, right? Or live alone with children. Let's do live alone with children so I can make the numbers even, right? So that's 11 and 4 is 15% plus 45 is 60%. Then live alone is 70%, and live with an unmarried partner is like what? 81%. So that's a lot of people. Now I think that they have a little bit, because this comes up to greater than 100%. So I think they have a little bit off in their figures. However, like, look at that majority of people that live with a spouse, and then look at the average income, right? The average gamer, 21%, are anywhere between
There's two
21% there, right? And both of those, the majority of gamer the highest percentages come within the $50,000 to $99,000 range, right? People ain't balling.
I wish I was in that range.
I'm saying people ain't balling out of control though, right? So an extremely expensive console is gonna hurt these people, right?
I ain't never been in that range. I'm in the at my most I've been in the 8% right there, bro.
The 8%?
Yeah.
Shoot.
At my most I've been in the 8.
All right. Well, see, even then, even worse though. Like I said, that's 10%, right? Well, the 8% is still there, and then you still have 12% of people under that, right? So again, and then you have some people that just prefer not to answer. But I just wanted to show that to people, man, just to let people know that, look, I don't know what you think gaming is, but gaming is not what it was when we were kids. It's not that anymore. It's not that. And because
we're adults now.
Right. I need everybody to move out of that mentality. I need everybody to move into that, man. So
no, I think the problem is the name. The name is always going to be the problem. Would it all just being called games?
Right.
Would it all just being called games? It's all being called gaming. They're all y'all are being called gamers. Like, that's the reason why people still hold this stigma.
Quick to say y'all. You too quick to say y'all.
I don't consider myself a gamer.
But you play games, bro. So
I play games. I enjoy playing games.
Right.
And I don't really get too deep into all of this. I would have never read this shit to begin with.
Right.
I'm enjoying my time playing Mass Effect and Division, and I'm good. I play games. I am a game player. I am not a gamer. I'm a player.
Look, man, if they have a term for people who only play cell phone and mobile games, look, dog, they got a term for you. So never mind. So that being said, look, I wanted to show you one other thing, and then we can get into just the stuff we've been checking out, man. Look, my dude Ernest was one of my coworkers showed me this post, man. That was really, really cool. So there's the set of kids. Okay. Little black kids, man. Geniuses. Not even playing. This one kid this weekend, and I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up just so you can believe me and see what I'm looking at. This one kid, he's 14 years old, and this past weekend on Friday, he graduated from high school at 14, and then on Saturday he graduated from college in Texas A&M at 14. His little brother is 11, and that's the one doing the math on the board. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's the 14. He's the oldest one. And his little brother is almost as smart as he is, man. It is crazy. His little brother he's going to be going to Texas Christian as well, because that's where the older brother went. And he's going to be majoring in astrophysics. Yeah, astrophysics and engineering. The kid brother. Yes. Yeah. The first wants to get the PhD. The other wants to be an astronaut. Look here, man. At 11 and 14, dog. Like, how amazing is that? How amazing is that?
Let me ask you this question.
All right.
Okay. Now this is a trend I've noticed as being a person on Facebook. You see these articles all the time, right?
Uh-huh.
You see these articles, and you see a lot of the articles about the oldest person in the country, oldest person in the world, that type of stuff.
Right.
You see those all the time. Have you ever noticed most of the time they're black people? Like, does this happen to white people, or do they just not care? Or they just not care to put the articles out? Do they just not care to put the articles out? Because there was a thing last year about these. It was a group of brothers, and they all went to high school together. But right before their high school graduation, they all graduated college. The college graduation was first, so they graduated college and then graduated high school. A group of brothers, and they took two pictures. They took a picture in their college stuff, and then they took a picture of the high school stuff. And then I see this stuff all the time, especially with the oldest person in the world or the oldest person in the country type thing. Almost every time I see one of those, they black, and I'm like, how? Like, or does this happen? Or does this happen to other people, and they just don't care to publicize?
I think it does. I think it does, man. Because I've seen other things, and like the person with the longest fingernails in the world, I can't remember if he's.
No, once you get past FloJo, we don't really care. We out of that. Once you get past FloJo, we out.
But no, man. So like, I think it's really, really cool, right?
That's amazing. Like, congrats to the two brothers.
And you know what, dog? Like, here's the cool part. Like,
I mean brothers as in siblings. I mean, not brothers because they black. Even though that was the part that made me go, really? But
here's the thing: they were raised by this lady. She's a single mom, dog. Like, she's a single mom, and she homeschooled them.
All the single ladies,
right? So that's what's amazing, man. She homeschooled them by herself, dog. And
you know what they say you should do. They said that mamas should read books on like math and physics and stuff like that out loud to their baby in the womb. He said just sit there and read those kind of books and play classical music and stuff like that for your baby's sake. I've seen women with like headphones taped to their stomachs.
Yep, I've seen that before too, man.
Like, and they said that's really supposed to help kids, and like when they get old enough to get to advanced math, there's some sort of retention or some sort of recognition there, even if the mom don't know what the hell she's saying. Even if she don't know what she's saying,
if she's completely aloof. Like, it's still working.
As long as she's reading it, there's some sort of recognition that happens when that baby actually is forming its brain. I think that's amazing, dog. Like, I wish I would have known to do that.
Right. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool, man.
Not that my baby ain't on honor roll. She's an honor roll student.
Now, they finally named it? They finally named the honor roll that she's on?
They ain't named it. I'm naming it. She got anything, dog. That's on the roll.
Right. No, you're right. It's at least president's, dog. It's at least president's on the roll. So
he said he couldn't have paid his wife to read a big geometry book while she was pregnant.
Oh, no. Well, that's when you break it out, Jay. That's when you break it out, and that's when you read for her. Or go in here, read to the microphone, record it, and then play it back later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, and so to back up one, Meef did say that you not want to be termed as a gamer. They call people Z gamers like that, who don't want to be classified. And he told me not to put you in a box. I'll try my best, Jay, but I can't make any promises.
I don't want no parts of the word gamer. I'm an F gamer.
and then now Slasher said for the kids graduating, he said that's a lot of pressure for him to amount to something. But Yeah,
yeah.
man.
But I'd rather put that pressure on him than the little dude who made the clock and got sent out of the country.
You know, like he ended up getting like offered a scholarship though, right?
Yeah, Ahmed, who basically just took apart a clock and just put it in a different case.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They were like, "Come on, son, this was retail. Like this is retail."
He just took that part, B.
Right. It's crazy, man. But no, I wanted to share that, man, because I honestly thought that was stinking cool. Like I really thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's really dope.
And yeah, man, a lot of prayers for him, man. And I really hope that TCU served him well. TCU is a good school, dog. It really is. So hey, I hope it works out for him.
Yeah, all right, Mike. But didn't TCU give us your boy? No, that was no. I got the wrong school. He went to Baylor.
Baylor, yeah.
That was Texas A&M. Got us your boy.
Oh, okay. You talking about Johnny? Yeah. Yep. All right.
Who? So, I don't know how. They got the Saints offering him a job, or talk about the Saints offering him a job before Kaepernick is being offered a job.
Boy, that's problematic. Somebody has to back up Drew Brees because Breezy ain't gonna be there too much longer. But really, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
The big problem with Johnny Manziel in the first place is he's short.
He is. He's only 5'10". He's only 5'10".
Yeah, he's shorter than me, no? Like, I'm 5'11", nigga.
Okay.
I'm not 6 feet.
Look, I can't wait to see you.
If I ain't got my shoes on, I'm 5'11". Damn it.
All right, man. All right, let's move on. Let's get to your weekend review, Mike.
Okay.
What you been doing this week, man?
Man, I've been playing a lot of the division. I still ain't got back up with your boy Chase, so I'm already a 19. Well, I think I'm at 18 or 19.
All right.
Playing by myself and basically by myself. I'm playing the game by myself and soloing most of it, and then when it gets to the main missions, I'm matchmaking, and I'm usually with me being so low, I'm only really matchmaking with like one other person, so it's like me and one other person running through these missions, dog. Mm-hmm. And it's an up and down situation. I really, I got the game so I could play the game with Chase, and Chase is in the process of some things. So I don't know, but I'm having fun. I realize how much I like this game more than Destiny.
Right, and we got Jay in here,
I did not hate Destiny like some people, but I played quite a bit of Destiny. I just didn't play enough to care about like the raids and all of that kind of stuff. But Division is a better game for me. Right. And I'm enjoying myself. I wish I had people to play the game with. But other than that, everything is going pretty well, and I really enjoy the game. And I can't wait to get to some of the other content, like getting to the underground and all of that kind of stuff, because I did buy the gold edition over there. So and then I got back into a little bit of Mass Effect, played some multiplayer with y'all on the game night, and I realized that if I'm gonna play multiplayer, I need to go back to my Vanguard real quick.
Ain't that the truth?
Because trying to play an adept and you don't have the type of guns that you have when you play adept in the single player, and you're not Nipoing.
And the button configuration ain't like you want it.
Ain't that the truth? I just wish. The only thing I wish, if you come out with some more characters, can I get an Annihilation Vanguard? It don't matter the race.
Yeah.
It don't matter the race.
They might have that in there. You probably have to unlock it down the road. I think it's in there though.
Okay.
I think it's
So give me an Annihilation Vanguard. Make sure you put the Annihilation in the middle, please. Yeah. And then we straight. I think I'll be wrecking stuff. But I did have fun. I did have fun. It was, I don't play a lot of multiplayer these days. But I did have fun. I like the fact that it's co-op and it's not.
Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Sweet Meat?
It's not versus.
Okay, everybody, Meef says Vanguard is too fun not to use. I have a Charge/Annihilation single player build that wrecks. Look, yeah, absolutely, dog.
Yeah.
You with us? You understand?
Yeah, I saw a video, and then it put me on that Annihilation.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I need to get up on that Annihilation too. So I use that same video. But man, now y'all understand what me and Mike been rocking with since Mass Effect 1, because I've been Vanguard since the first. So
yep, me too. That's my main. Used to be a soldier was my backup. But I don't even really like the soldier no more.
I don't either. I like Sentinel. Only thing I like is like the frag grenade that the soldier has, but I like the Sentinel because the Sentinel is infiltrator because you can cloak. I like the cloak.
Yeah, the Sentinel was the one that was kind of a mixed breed type jump
between biotic and electronics. The tech with the overload, and you can throw like a throw. Yeah. I like that.
I used that one. I used that one before. I like mixing stuff. I don't like just being a straight biotic, but I tend to lean more to biotics in Mass Effect. Period.
Yep. For sure. So you had the Division, you had Andromeda. Anything else, man? Otherwise, I'll jump up in here with my stuff.
I played a smidgen of City Skylines on PC. Not that console mess.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Okay. Well, Meef says that Vanguard and ME3 breaks down on gold in the multiplayer. But he said Infiltrator is the cloaker. Yes,
I ain't never played gold. So
what Scar? Meef. I don't know if you remember when we were running
the most I will play is silver.
When we were running with Surgeon and we used to play, we used to get back in that little crate in the back, and then somebody had the big bubble where every biotic effect was amplified. So then I could play as a Vanguard, and I just wasn't coming out of that thing, and I was just wrecking. So it was so great. I had a level 20 and was just killing it. So I felt like it was doing okay if you had the right support team, because I think you had the little Volus biotic that had the bubble, but it was good, man. I quite enjoyed it. So, but all right, Mike. Well, if you ain't got nothing else, man, I only got a few other things.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, if we need to get up on that multiplayer, I have it on Xbox One and on PC. Holla at your boy. We'll play some. So there are a few things I've been watching, man, that I really recommend. So, number one. You guys know I'm a Top Gear UK fan, and all those hosts, Clarkson, May, and Hammond, they started GT on Amazon, the Grand Tour, and that show is hilarious, man. If you like cars and you like British humor, check that show out. It is freaking funny. It is hilarious. Really get on that. It's really, really good, and it's free if you have Prime Video. If you have Prime, because you have Prime Video, check it out. Whole season free. Really good. And I watched Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson, and it was slow to start.
I saw the animated joint a long time ago, and I don't really.
It's okay. You check out when it comes to anime.
I don't really get anime. Like I was just I was sleepy, dog. Like it was just like this thing has put me to sleep.
But listen, it ended up being slow. but then I came back. He said, "Pause." What's up, Rasta? We had a good time with that at game night. You guys really got to come out and check out game night with us, man. It's always excellent. And so it ended up turning out being actually pretty good at the end, man. I quite enjoyed it, and I recommend it to people. Give us some time. You got to watch all the way through the end though, because it really starts to turn around at the end.
Okay. Did you wish she was Asian?
It didn't. Yes, she should have been, because when there was a scene in the movie where it didn't fit that she wasn't. So only for that consistency viewpoint, yes, she should have been. Did it? Am I the one picking it in the theaters? No. All right, Meef, thanks for dropping in, man. Put the kiddos to bed. Peace out to the Warriors. We love you. Prayers for you. And
yours is popping up before me. Because as soon as you started saying that, then it popped up for me.
Oh, okay. He said both. Having surgery Wednesday. We would catch you ASAP. I really like Grand Tour also. About 4 episodes in. Yeah, I just finished episode 5 last night, so I'm starting episode 6. All right. Well, we'll be praying for you, dog. I'm not sure what the surgery is about. I don't know if you're still having an issue with the clot or whatnot, but man, we keep you in prayer. You know that.
Absolutely. So both of them. You know what? I giggle every time I go to try to go to my bank because I use Bank of America, and that's one of their. You can go to the Bank of America. No, you can go to the Bank of America website by going to bofa.com. No lie, dog. It's Bofa. It's bofa.com.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, shout outs to Bo Monty Jones, man. Love it. I love it. All right. Final thing, man. I watched a little bit of Supergirl. Trying to get back into Supergirl. Oh, and then I also tried Game of Thrones.
I'm current.
Okay. I tried Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. So where you at? You still in the first season?
Man, I just finished episode 1 and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give episode 2 a try.
Okay. Here's the thing that you need to do. I watched the first season and then I was out.
I'm not surprised, dog.
Here's my thing. No, my problem is HBO did this with that and did this with The Wire, and it's not how I like my TV shows.
Okay.
I don't like the fact that they drop you in this world as if you already know what's going on here. And they don't really take any time. They don't really take a whole lot of time introducing characters. It's just like, all right, these are these people.
Yep.
And and then. Okay, here's the thing, and this is a slight spoiler.
Please don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it for nothing. Because I remember.
No. You should already know this. You should already know this. Don't get too attached with nobody. Even people that even people that you think that the show is about, don't get attached.
Right. Both of them say pause. Y'all stupid, man.
Don't get attached, bro. Don't get attached at all. Because anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. A lot like Walking Dead, which is fine with me.
No, I don't think it's Walking Dead because Walking Dead, there's some main characters that you know is going to be there. All
right, Mike. So we got 3 minutes, dog. What you been listening to?
Oh man. Of course, I've been listening to that Kendrick. I really like it. I like it a whole lot. I finally caught up and finished and played over and over again. Anderson .Paak's Malibu. It is fantastic. It's like. I wouldn't call it neo soul.
Is it PAAK?
Yeah. I wouldn't call it neo soul, but it's like soul music with modern sounds.
Okay. So
and modern song structure.
Modern soul. Yeah. You just throw that in there?
Yeah.
All right.
And so I wouldn't necessarily call it neo soul, but there's some rapping in there. There's some and just that
What up, Keith?
The album is just really good. It's good. It's good soulful music. There's some kind of love songs in there. Okay. It's talks about making love. It ain't just about dropping them draws. Let me pop. It ain't really about that. It's about he makes it's good. Kind of it's very similar to the Bruno Mars where everything feels like a throwback to something, except for Anderson .Paak's feels like a throwback to something. Bruno Mars is a throwback to something.
Right? Yeah,
you can pretty much trace back if you know your music like that. You can trace back to what Bruno Mars is doing. Like, oh yeah, you doing Babyface right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I've been listening to a lot of him on Spotify, a lot of Bruno on Spotify, and I'm like, yeah, I know what that's from. Okay, that feels like X. So okay.
So I'm getting ready to get into a few things. I'm still listening. Every time I go to work out, I listen to that New Jack Swing playlist, bro. It's real. That joint is awesome. And I started using the elliptical after talking to you and talking to my sister. When we was talking about it on the show, I used the elliptical. I put it on like 10 minutes, and the first time I was like, whew. Whew. About 5 minutes in, I was like, I don't know if I could do this. And I kept going. I paused a couple of times, but I still got through it. Everything was fine. The second time I put it on, I was listening to my playlist then. The first time I was listening to the audiobook to American Gods, which is the TV show that I'm really enjoying right now. But right. I'm almost through the 3rd episode, which aired yesterday. And be warned, there is sex. There is gay sex, so all the people who were turned off by Sense8, this is not going to be your jam. They did, however, tone it down. From the book. What happens in the book is completely different than what happens in the TV show, and I think it's better for it.
Okay, that's good. I like to hear that. I like to hear people taking creative, artistic or whatever artistic rights or whatnot, and just saying, all right, we'll make it our own.
So I was listening to that the first time, but the second time when I was on, I was listening to my playlist, and I was just jamming. Motown Philly was on, and I was Motown Philly. I was getting it. I was dancing. It was all kinds. I mean, just that playlist. Just it's my era. And it just makes me want to dance. So like just getting it and not really thinking about the elliptical, just having fun and pushing and trying to do something. And like you said, man, I was watching the calorie counter. Yes, man, it's completely different than the calorie counter on that bike. I mean, I could do the bike easy. I could whip out 30 minutes on the bike just off the rip.
Right.
And I'm good now. Mm-hmm. But that elliptical, 10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, then.
Mm-hmm.
I see you.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, there was a dude on the arc trainer last time that I went. The arc trainer is kind of like the elliptical, but you're lifting up your knees more.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude was getting it. And this is when I was on the elliptical and I could see him. He's in front of me a little bit to the right. So what the hell just happened? He just fell out. Y'all still see me? He just completely fell out of the call. Okay. Y'all in the chat, y'all gonna have to tell me if this is still live. If I'm still... Okay, so I'm still live. So I'm on the elliptical and I'm struggling to do 10 minutes, right? This dude is on the arc trainer in front of me and he is getting it. Just and I noticed that he had been doing that for a long time. Like a long time. And I just happened to glance. He leaned back a little bit while he was doing it. And he leaned back while he was doing it, and I could see how much time he had been doing that. He had been doing that job for like 25 minutes. And I'm over here scrambling on the elliptical, trying to do 10 minutes on the elliptical, scrambling, and he had already done 25 on the arc trainer. Just and I'm like, man, it's some bull. And I was really embarrassed for myself in that moment. Like I was behind him, so he couldn't really see. But the fact that I could see it, and I understood that's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I felt really bad for myself, and I really wanted to go do something else. So, all right. So Blue fell out of the show. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. Shout out to everybody that's checking us out. However you listen, whenever you listen, we greatly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. AZ, Detroit. Meef. Let me roll through this. Your boy Rasta. And then Keith, who showed up late. And got chastised for being late. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. And shout out to everybody who will listen. Never mind.
I'm back. I just coming back to say bye. I'm sorry. It was Hangouts. It said my computer went to sleep, but I was still typing in the YouTube chats. I don't know what it's talking about, but yeah, it's weird. And I've been moving my mouse the whole time. So
okay. So yeah, I already shout out everybody that's in the chat. So you know
that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Hey, shout outs to my man Darren, my dude Simpson, who's actually out in the bar. That's the only reason he ain't here.
Simpson.
Yes, sir, man. Look, shout outs to everybody who responds to us. Shout outs to AZ for dropping in, Meef. Everybody responds to us, talks to us, interacts with us and stuff, man. We really, really appreciate it. Yuri, he wanted to drop in last week. I think he just said he got behind and just forgot. But hey, thanks so much for listening and or watching. Like, we appreciate it. We'll be back in your ear again here really, really soon.
Are we doing a poll this week?
I don't know what you want to do a poll on. I don't really know what to do a poll on. What you want to do? We'll think about it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, because polls take but a second to put up. So everybody, thanks so much for watching and listening. We're back in your ear again next week. Peace out to the wars.
Peace out.